Hey everyone, it's the Anonymous Investor. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a Robinhood portfolio reveal, a 25,000 Robinhood portfolio. So this is actually not my own portfolio, it's actually my girlfriend's portfolio. Honestly, it's like our portfolio. We basically share everything. We when we go to the store, she'll buy sometimes, I'll spend the other time. So it's essentially our portfolio. She's not really that into investing. Basically what happened is when I got into investing, I told her she should start investing and she bought some random stocks. And then I kind of managed it like a year ago during the whole pandemic. I was like, here, let me take over because she had some money thanks to basically when you go to school, she took out a loan. And I said, hey, wait a minute, instead of using that loan and just keeping it in a bank for a savings account, let's actually invest it because the market, I think it's going to be recovering, and surely enough, it did. So yeah, it currently has $24,636 right here on the right hand side. By the way, I am using Robinhood.com. I normally never ever use this. I'm normally always on the app, but this is the best way to showcase it because I don't have access to her phone right now. So right here shows all the different options that are on this account, all the different stocks that are owned. We're going to be going through each of them and even some cryptocurrency. But more importantly, I want to start off with the 1 week, the 1 month, the 3 month, the 1 year, and how much we initially started investing in this. So just today, it actually went up $431. It went up 1%. That's mostly because of Zoom over here. It went up 4.18%. In the past week, it has gone up. Look at that. That's insane. In the past week, it's gone up 14% almost. It was at 21,000 on February 2nd. In the past month, it has gone up 11%. So there was a little decline here in January 27th. Yeah, there was like a little decline. It shot back up and then went back down. Past 3 months, though, look at that. 3 months ago, on November 10th, it was at $18,000. And then 1 year ago, this account was, oh my gosh, 1 year ago, this account was at $9,000. And then March, this is when I took over, to be honest. This is when I took over and I invested in specific stocks. And then, yeah, there was just a huge recovery. So if I sort by all, this account has started with a total of $12,738 roughly. It says plus 11. So yeah, $12,700. And then, yeah, it went down, 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 down. And then this is when I think she deposited $5,000 because that's how much she got from the school loan. And I'm like, no, we're going to invest this. And so at the low point, putting in that $5,000, and now it's up here. So all time, it's gone up, it's doubled essentially. It's gone up 100% almost, 93. It's gone up $11,000, which is super, super crazy. Buying power is only 71 cents, so she doesn't have enough money to buy any other stocks right now. But now I want to go through each stock and kind of the thought process behind why certain stocks were chosen over others. Really quickly though, let me just scroll down. So this is all current news. All right, so we will start with Gopro. So Gopro, she has 7 shares. She bought this, I believe she bought it at average cost of $5.33. No idea why. Gopro, it's something we were invested in. When did she buy this, I wonder? If I scroll down, I think it does mention a history. So there it is, market buy. She bought 2 shares when it was $4. I bought this I did, so she doesn't really deal with options, but I bought a 450 put option and then I sold it for a little loss. But yeah, that's not a big deal. It's not a huge amount. Gopro from the portfolio. Zoom. All right, so Zoom, as you all know, when the pandemic started, I pretty much saw the future was going to be, okay, it's going to be online education. And yeah, there was Skype, but Zoom it's a company I actually heard about. I always listen to, Robinhood actually has a podcast called Robinhood Snacks or Snacks Daily. I think it's Snacks Daily. So every single morning after my run, when I stretch, I listen to it. It's a 20-minute podcast about business news, stock related. So I put it on 2 times speed, and while I'm stretching, I'm listening to it. So we bought Zoom. Let me scroll all the way to the bottom. We bought Zoom. We bought 5 shares at $145 a piece, and then the price dropped on April 1st, and we bought 5 more shares, and then we bought 5 more shares at $124. So this is interesting, right? Even though the price was dropping, we were buying more. So this is kind of how I like to invest. I don't always like to put all of my money at once. I like to maybe put in, like, say I only had $300, I would put in $100 one day, $100 the next day, and $100 the next day, especially if it falls, because that's kind of how you cost average. So if we scroll all the way up, that's 15 shares. If we scroll all the way up, those 15 shares cost how much? An average of 136. So imagine if I would have bought everything on March 31st, I would have paid 145, but I averaged it down to 136 because at the low end, I bought at 125. So with that being said, so at average cost, each share cost $136. They are currently trading at $428. So in total return, if we were to get rid of these Zoom shares, we would have made a 200% profit on these, which is ridiculous, right? So in total, Again, in total we paid 15 times $136, but the current return is the 4,379. If we wanted to, we can sell off like 5 shares and make back our initial investment, but we're not planning to do that. I'm also a long-term holder. I like to hold for the very, very long term, so we're going to keep Zoom on here. Yeah, no intentions of selling anytime soon. The next stock we have is Disney. I mean, Disney is one that just got beaten because of the pandemic. It dropped to as low as like 88. I think on my account, I bought it for 88. On her account, we got it for 95. It cost $1,239, but look at that. This has gone double, almost 100%. It's up 1,228. I believe we have 13 shares, so this represents 10% of the portfolio. So already we've seen Zoom that essentially tripled from the original price we bought it at, and then we have Disney, which doubled, and then we have Bank of America. Bank of America, for me, by the way, I tried to diversify. Once again, there was like $5,000 that I spread among Zoom, Disney, and a few other stocks. I wanted to diversify. I like Bank of America because that's a bank that I originally bank with. And the thing about Bank of America, they pay, most banks pay a pretty good dividend, way better than a savings account. And not to mention, it's good to be diversified. Banks were hit pretty hard as well, and I figured like banks are going to be coming back as well. So look, this was the low point of Bank of America, $18. So we ended up buying close. We really bought close to when the market fully collapsed. So at $21.30, we bought 20 shares. And in total, that was $425. And now those $425 is worth $659. So in total, that is up 54%. 54%. And again, this Bank of America does pay a dividend. Let's see, where's the dividend? Look at that. So just for holding Bank of America, $3.60, $3.60, $3.60. Isn't that amazing? You get, just by holding 20 shares of Bank of America, I get more money. We get more money in this account than if hypothetically I had like $100,000 in a savings account in Bank of America. That is just ridiculous. All right, so that's Bank of America. This is L Brands. This is probably the best performer. L Brands you've probably never heard of. At the same time, you probably know what it is. This is the parent company for Victoria's Secret and Bath and Body Works. And L Brands' return is just insane. Look at that. We only bought 145 shares at an average cost of $9.84. Let's scroll back a year. Let's see when that was. That was probably April, somewhere down here, 984. Yeah, I'd imagine to be somewhere down here, or maybe even here. But look at this. In total we invested $1,500. This is currently worth $7,000. It has gone up 400%. Total return of $6,000 almost. This is ridiculous. Yeah, this is just insane. Look at just that huge climb from $10 to now hitting $50. I mean, I think it did hit $50 and it recently dropped a bit. But this is by far the best performer. Actually, there's another one, but you can't even tell. So yeah, that's L Brands. GE, General Electric. This one is not too bad. $6.42 average. We have 100 shares. This one also pays a dividend. I think it's just a penny per share. So yeah, plus one. Hey, that's better than nothing. That pays for Robinhood Gold. But yeah, up 80%, $500. Total cost was $600. You guys are seeing some pretty crazy gains on this account. We have Delta Airlines. So obviously, when I saw that the airlines were hit, I'm like, there's no way the airlines are actually gonna go bankrupt. So I decided to invest in Delta Airlines on my personal account. Also invested in Delta Airlines and American Airlines. So we just bought 20 shares here, almost like $500. Total return is up 86%. I do imagine this is going to easily recover, especially once everything is back to normal, right? It is barely halfway to being back to normal. So this used to be, before the pandemic, it used to be trading for like 50, 60. Yeah, high 60s. It's currently at 42. So I'm pretty confident this will be returning to normal. Whether it's next year, whether it's the year after. Again, I'm a long-term holder. So that's Delta Airlines. ELF is one I wish we would have invested more in. So $9.93, only 10 shares, only $100. But even this has gone up 133%. So $132 total. I mean, ELF for me, my logic for ELF, and I was telling my girlfriend this, I'm like, look, now that it's going to be Zoom, now that everything's going to be online, there's no reason for anyone to buy expensive makeup, to go to MAC, go to Sephora, get Morphe, buy the most expensive stuff. If you're just having Zoom meetings, you just want to go to your local Walmart or Target or anywhere and just buy the cheap stuff. And right, just like face makeup, you don't need crazy expensive stuff. So that was my logic there. On my account, I have a lot more ELF shares. BA is Boeing. I mean, this is too big to fail, right? So Boeing, this is one I wish we would have bought a lot more of. So Boeing, at its very, very low end, it dropped to as low as $95. It is currently at $214, and look at it before the pandemic. It was in the 300 range. It's insane, absolutely insane. So we only got 2 shares for these because, I mean, they were still pretty expensive, $136, but even this is up 60%, right? It's quite a bit. Where are we at? So that was Alf, Boeing, Intel. I actually don't remember buying Intel. I keep telling my girlfriend that she bought Intel. Regardless, we got 10 shares, $50 approximately. It is up $95, 20%. So not that good of a performer. That one does pay a dividend. I think you guys saw it right there. It is going to pay out $3.48. Not bad for $500 in it. Let's see what else we have. So that's Intel. We have Run. Okay, so this is actually the best performer of all. The problem is you can't see it. You see right here, it says average cost 0. So the total return, it doesn't have any amount. So Sunrun, we never bought Sunrun. What we bought was a company called Vivint, right? Vivint was like the #2 solar company, and it was actually bought out by Sunrun, which is the #1 solar company. So I don't remember how much shares or how much was invested, but it was into a company called Vivint. And yeah, this grew to 200. I kid you not. It was $5 per share when we bought Vivint. And so now it's essentially $77. So this, if it showed the original price of Vivint, which it doesn't show it anywhere. Yeah, it doesn't show it anywhere. That's so annoying. I wish I knew how much we bought this for. Even on my account, I have Sunrun now, and it just shows like a massive number, and I'm like, wait, but what did I buy Vivint at? I wish I would have known. But yeah, this is crazy. I feel like this was a few $100 that turned into $2,000. Neo. So she recently bought Neo. A coworker told her about Neo. So Neo, she bought at a cost of $63.72. So it is still a little below. So she's down 1%. It's not a big deal. So Neo, it's gonna be another long hold for Neo. We have okay, so this is one of my favorites. Honestly, the only reason I bought this company, and I actually bought a lot of 3D printing companies on my account, is because there's a book I read, The Future is Faster Than You Think, and it talks a lot about the 3D spectrum, the 3D world, and the 3D future. And I just got blown away by what I read, so I just started investing. I just basically, without doing any research, I just threw in like $1,000 into different 3D companies. When I first read about Materialize was back in August. Where is November, October, September? I read August 31st, I think is when I finished reading the book. It was at $40. It is currently at $80, so it's doubled. And oh look, I did actually get it for like $40. So $41.94. So this has 2x, which is amazing. So that's Materialized, only 10 shares on there. And then we have Rocket. I am surprised Rocket has not moved. Rocket, we got 30 shares. It is up 2%. This one honestly has not moved in a long time. Earnings is coming out, I think, in 2 weeks. So maybe then we'll see a big shift in Rocket. But for now, it's just been laying kind of low. And then we also have, let's see, OGI. So my girlfriend literally bought this, I kid you not, like 2 weeks ago. This, oh my gosh, this is a weed play, right? This is an MJ. So right now, the cannabis space, the weed space, it's in 2021. They're all these stocks that are related to cannabis, they're gonna be blown up, right? So I don't know how or why or where she saw it, but just on a whim, she bought it. Here, let me scroll down. I can show you the history. So yeah, January 28th, she got 250 shares at $191 a piece. It is currently trading at $5. After hours, it is up 63 cents. Oh my gosh, look at that. It is up almost 200%. This is a random stock that she's like, let me go buy randomly 250 shares. So she invested almost $500 in this, and it's already up $772. Honestly, she did better than I did with these trades. But yeah, it feels so weird right now because anything in the cannabis space, it feels like you can invest in it and it will just go up like crazy. Look at this, up 51% today, up 20%, up 45, up 61, up 15. Everything today in cannabis space. Actually, literally, I bought call options for this company on my main accounts. So I have the right to buy 200 shares of Sundial Growers at $1. So even my play is up quite a bit. But yeah, it's interesting. And I kept telling myself, like, this is when I was looking at. I have these on my watch list. There are certain sectors right now that are going to be huge in the coming year. Cannabis is one of them. Space travel is another one of them. Pharmaceuticals is another one. If you are in two stocks right now, you're probably seeing a lot of people 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, 6x, 10x your money. And this is not normal. Just so everyone knows, it's not normal. But if you get in and get out before like everything crashes, it's kind of like a big tech bubble all over again, but now it's with the cannabis bubble and EV bubble and green energy and solar. So it's interesting, but I wanted to show you guys the complete $25,000 Robinhood portfolio reveal that basically belongs to my girlfriend and myself. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing some of the stocks we're invested in, seeing how much has actually changed in terms of net worth, how literally $1,000 could turn into like $7,000, or how my girlfriend's $500 cannabis play turns into a $1,200 cannabis space. It's it is so good to be in the stock market. It is so good to learn about stocks, to learn how to invest, to learn how to trade, because a lot of wealth can be made, especially for yourself, for your family, for your kids, if you're an adult watching this video. It's funny too, because we go to school for like 18 years, sometimes even longer if you go to college, but you never ever learn any of this. Yet this is without a doubt one of the most valuable things you can take the time to learn. So just think about this the next time you have some free time and you're like, oh, I just want to watch something. Be like, maybe I should take a moment to learn. Let's see what this investing thing is all about. Maybe, you know, I have a couple extra money laying around, or maybe I can pick up an extra shift here too and start investing and see what can happen, because I'm still blown away by this random play my girlfriend did. Oh, and another thing, you should always ask your friends and family if they have any referral. So anyone that has a Robinhood account, Webull account, or a SoFi account, whatever they may have, if they send you a referral, they'll get a free stock and you'll get a free stock, or they'll get a certain amount of money and you'll get a certain amount of money. So that's kind of like a free way to get into the stock market without actually putting in any money yourself until you're a little more comfortable. So for example, my girlfriend just referred a coworker, so now we can click claim a stock, and she can click on a random stock, or in this case, I'm clicking on a random stock, and look, we just got Spectrum Pharmaceuticals. Like I said, pharmaceuticals are huge. For all I know, this $4 might be worth a lot more in the future. So now when I click over here, SPPI, there it is. There's Spectrum Pharmaceuticals. Let's see the history of this. Oh no, it's actually going down. But hey, who knows? Like I said, pharmaceutical, it's a big sector this year. So we'll see what happens. But again, I hope this video was super informative. I hope it was helpful. I hope just to show you guys like what is possible in the stock market. Oh, I should really quickly talk about this call option. So this call option is for Aerojet Rocketdyne, AJRD ticker symbol. I bought this for her just because there was an announcement of Cathie Wood opening an ETF that is revolved around space. So I basically just searched up like top space related companies, and this was one of them. So I saw the call options were pretty cheap. I figured, hey, let me just throw some money in there. Not a lot, just $50. Let's see what happens, because again, it's a weird time we're living in where sectors are just absolutely blowing up, and for all I know, this $50 could be $500 or $5,000. You never know. So that's this option play. But yeah, guys, the last thing I want to leave you guys with is my mantra: never stop learning.